franchise lost a football game. Close games throughout. Dancing with dynasty. Destiny on the line. All of it. And it comes to an end at the hands of the Buffalo Bills. A winning streak no more. It comes to a close at 15. Joe Musso, Bryant McFadden, Mac, this is why we do it. This is why they do it. This is high-level football all out in front of us. And this time, like they have before in the regular season, the Buffalo Bills take care of the Kansas City Chiefs. What did this game make you feel? Because it surely made me feel something.
That the Buffalo Bills, when Josh Allen is playing like Superman, he cannot be denied.
Yeah.
In today's matchup, he was the best football player on the field, on the same field that included Pat Mahomes. Over 300 yards of total offense. He was their best rusher, clearly the best quarterback, best playmaker, 2 total touchdowns. And when they needed to make a play, because we've seen this storyline with the Kansas City Chiefs throughout the entire season thus far, gets close in the fourth quarter, the opposing team, they do not make the play they need to make, which gives a window of opportunity for who? Kansas City. 4th and 2, offensive possession for the Buffalo Bills. Sean McDermott never thought about kicking a field goal. He said, I'm going to put the football in my star player's hand, and he is going to get us home. Josh was like, forget converting the first down. I'll do you one better. I will score with my legs. That was it. And those are the defining plays that you need your 5-star players to make when you're playing against a 5-star player in Pat Mahomes. Because we talked about giving the Kansas City Chiefs a glimmer of hope. If you do so, they're going to snatch life from your ball club. We've seen.
Yeah, let's talk about this. That was, first off, that was an amazing game. Whether you're a Chiefs fan, I mean, obviously, if you're a Chiefs fan, you're going to be upset. But, like, man, I just got to say, we are so lucky to have these games, to have Patrick Mahomes going up against Josh Allen like this. I mean, it's just peak football, man. It's just peak football. Just wild. Just, oh my God. And to start the game, Patrick Mahomes throws an interception in, what was it, like the second, like literally the second play, I think it was. I mean, just wild. And then amazing drive from the Buffalo Bills to then convert that touchdown to actually make them pay, to make the Chiefs pay. So many of these other teams, as these weeks gone on this season, have never made the Chiefs pay for those mistakes. This time, the Buffalo Bills made them pay, and they were able to get the lead and stretch the lead. And then, kind of like what he was saying, when it was time, when other teams would have kicked a field goal or would have been unable to convert and maybe even punt or not even convert on 4th and 2 and now give the Chiefs the ball back, we've seen that tape go. We've seen that go again and again and again. And that's why today it was like Josh Allen. Like, this is what I always talk about Josh Allen being Superman. This is why I say that Josh Allen is actually better than Patrick Mahomes. He is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. He is asked to do more than Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen had to do everything. He was the leading rusher. Patrick Mahomes didn't have any rushes. I mean, the plays that Josh Allen had to make, some of his throws and his scrambles, I mean, it's just insane. The dude is an absolute beast, an absolute monster. He's the MVP right now. I mean, that can't even be disputed. He is absolutely the MVP. I mean, right, knocking down the Chiefs, their undefeated season, him scoring that touchdown run. I mean, he was as far back as like 35 yards. I forget exactly where the line of scrimmage was, but he had to go all the way back to right around the 35, goes off for the first down and then the touchdown. I mean, and he had his hand just like grabbing it. He never really, tucked it. And I was just like, oh my God, what's about to happen? Like, what is this? And then in perfect fashion, I understand it was a very hard moment for the Chiefs. Like, the chances of them winning was pretty much slim to none. But then when you see Patrick Mahomes needing to make a big play and scramble and throw, he throws an interception. He tries to find his security blanket, Travis Kelce, who he's had from since day one, and threw an interception. Couldn't do it. I mean, seriously. I mean, what the Buffalo Bills ask of Josh Allen is insane. Over 300 total yards, right? Mahomes had 196 yards. 5.9 yards per attempt. Josh Allen had 6.6. Listen, and from like a pure quarterback play in terms of what we think of just, again, a pure quarterback play, whatever that even means these days, honestly, we can't necessarily say, like, this wasn't like perfect textbook quarterback play. This wasn't Tom Brady versus Peyton Manning. This was definitely like the new evolution of quarterback play. I mean, newish relatively for the last like 5+ years or so. And so we saw both these quarterbacks like trying their best to make plays. But you can see that Patrick Mahomes does rely so much more. And Patrick Mahomes is a baller. One of the best quarterbacks ever, without a doubt. But you can see the real playmaking really falls on Josh Allen's shoulders. The big time plays of this game was on great plays and play designs and play calling. Don't get me wrong, they still need great throws and great moments from Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick Mahomes, without a doubt, has his Superman moments as well. But the big plays in this game was Andy Reid's play calling, right? It was Worthy, and that's why when Worthy was able to catch the ball in bounds, big play. When he was out of bounds, not so much. Josh Allen had to overcome those things. He had to overcome those drop passes. He had to overcome the lack of a run game. He had to be the leading rusher. He is a constant overcomer. That has been Josh Allen's career since day one. That's why it's crazy that he doesn't have an MVP, because he's clearly the most valuable player. Clearly, considering what is asked of him to do. Just wild. I mean, that throw, the touchdown to Samuel in the fourth, I mean, and then he had a few like wild throws to Amari Cooper, insane throws and catches for that matter, right? Honestly, both. And the defense stepped up. They made Patrick Mahomes uncomfortable that whole game, swallowed him up, getting to him, constant pressure where he could not be that Superman. So again, as much as Patrick Mahomes can be Superman, it was impressive to see the defense step up and make him unable to be Superman. So that's honestly more credit to the Buffalo Bills defense than just Patrick Mahomes like not being good enough, right? Because he's obviously a great. There's no disputing that. This game was wild, and this game had huge implications. And I already know, like, because I already feel it. And I'm going to wait for this, on Monday. Because I already know Nick Wright's going to be like, oh, they're celebrating this. Like, they just won the Super Bowl or this or that. And we know the Chiefs wanted that game. Because we saw how they celebrated the win against the Broncos. They wanted this undefeated season. And the Buffalo Bills said, better luck next year, guys. Better luck. And I know already, right? Because then the Chiefs fans will be like, oh, yeah, we'll do it in the playoffs. And it's true, right? Do it in the playoffs. To me, these teams are very close. They are absolutely close. If you said, hey, who's better? Sorry, Buffalo Bills fans. I'm saying I have no idea. I'm literally just saying they're equal. Because it is. This team, these quarterbacks, these games, these teams it is the definition of any given Sunday. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, to me, it'll probably come down to, like, who can get healthier? Who's going to be the healthiest in the playoffs? These two teams face each other in the playoffs. Who is the healthiest? Right? Does Brown come back? I'm pretty confident Rashee Rice is not coming back. I'm pretty confident. Maybe he could like make it to the Super Bowl, maybe, but if that's the case, well then they've gotten past the Bills. So it's like, you might get Brown back, which definitely add another layer to it. Worthy's coming into his own, but then of course you had a lot of injuries for the Bills. You had a lot of injuries for the Bills. So if they're healthy, even if I think if both these teams are full strength, I actually lean towards the Bills because I'm considering what I was able to see them do here. I think was really, really impressive. And I think I said this before the season even started. Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the NFL. It's the reality of the situation. He is the best quarterback in the NFL. And I have no problems saying that loud and clear. Let me say it one more time. Josh Allen is the best quarterback in the NFL. The Buffalo Bills have the ability to be the best team in the NFL. They have to be consistent, they have to get healthy, and they have to be this team that we saw right here. Opportunistic, aggressive, assertive. I do think that they're still too reliant on Josh Allen. You needed Josh Allen to be Superman here. You needed Josh Allen to be Superman. And think about it. The Kansas City Chiefs could have won this game without Patrick Mahomes having to be Superman. Like, that's the difference. That is the difference. So the Buffalo Bills have to find a way to be able to get there without constantly needing Josh Allen to be Superman. And again, hopefully when they get healthy, they won't have that as much. But if they do get lucky, because obviously the Chiefs need to lose and the Bills need to take care of business, then they get the number 1 seed. They get the bye. And then who knows who they're facing, the Chiefs. I mean, they could be facing the Ravens first game, the Steelers first game. I mean, it can get crazy out there. It could be a very tough road. So you want that bye. You want that bye big time. Seeding matters more than ever. Last year, there was a few give-me games going up against a rookie quarterback here, a backup old quarterback there. You know, a couple backup quarterbacks made it into the playoffs last year. There was a few games where you're like, yeah, this team's got some fire to them, but like, I mean, if we're a legitimate contender, then we will take care of this. You watch, like, again, the Steelers beat the Ravens. We know the Ravens obviously beat the Bills. I mean, the Broncos practically had that win against the Chiefs. The seeding matters more than ever this year, specifically in the AFC, without a doubt. So this win was huge. Absolutely massive. Massive, massive, massive. Such an exciting game. The whole time I'm watching this game, I'm like, oh my God, are the Chiefs going to pull this out? Oh my God, they're going for it. 4th and 2. Was it 4th and 2 and 4th and 3? I forget. And it was just like, oh my God. And then Josh Allen goes so far back. And I'm like, oh, is this going to be one of those plays where he's just going to like throw it? And then it's just going to be like, out of reach. And it's just like, okay, great. Now you have short field to Mahomes. And it's like, here we go, right? You're just like, how is this game going to go? And there was a couple other moments when it felt like the Bills were able to really step on the gas and they couldn't do it because the Chiefs have an unbelievable defense. I mean, obviously. the Chiefs are obviously a top team. Both these teams are top teams. So it was like, I was prepared to be like, okay, if the Chiefs end up pulling this off, how do I feel about the Bills? And I was going to say, okay, I think the Bills are obviously still really great. Too reliant on Josh Allen. They need to get healthier. Come time playoffs, if they're fully healthy, again, in no way am I going to say the Chiefs are better than the Bills. But then obviously the game unfolded this way, and I'm like, okay, so what does that mean now? The Bills won this game. What does that mean? And my mind still goes to, these are very equal teams. These are just very equal teams with quarterbacks and coaches and other players that want these wins so bad. They want these wins so badly. But it was very impressive to see them keep their composure. Both teams, quite frankly. The Chiefs always keep their composure because they're obviously very, very, very well coached. But watching the Bills, everyone keep their composure. Because you saw, if you watched, you could see what the Ravens did against the Steelers. They had almost the same amount of penalties as Derrick Henry had rushing attempts. That's a disgrace. That's the sign of a poorly coached team. That you can't do. You can't do that against the Chiefs. You can't do that in the playoffs. You can't do that. That's how the Chiefs were able to really lean on the Ravens in their AFC Championship game and come away with the win. But some of those other little things, like the Bills missing that extra point, like all of those things where you're like, are they going to lose because of a missed extra point now? Right? Like all of those things come into balance. So just a wild Sunday night game and just so much fun, man. Really, really fun. I don't know how you can watch that game and not be like, I just love football. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Buffalo Bills' stunning win? Is it stunning? Is it shocking? I don't think it was stunning or shocking. But a great win over the Kansas City Chiefs, to stun the Chiefs, I should say. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. Oh, real fast. It was funny, and I'll talk about this again. Nick Wright said that it was absolutely disrespectful for the Buffalo Bills to be favored by 2 points. Well, now they won by, a lot more than that. So, yeah, pretty interesting, right? But anyway, those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think? It's also weird. The reason why I just got confused, if you see, I'm confused by this. Kansas City 30, Buffalo 21. Like, what? They can't even get that correctly? That's why I was like, did I just react to a video from like last year or something? What did I just listen to? No, it's the red. They just have the wrong score. 30-21, Buffalo Bills. Also, how crazy is that they didn't review that drop catch? That's why people think that that everything is fixed for the Chiefs. I don't think things are fixed. I'm not into the whole conspiracy theory, but that is a perfect example of why people say that type of stuff. Seriously, it's a great example why people say that, because even on the broadcast they're like, I would be shocked if they don't review this and overturn it, and they're like, well, they're not reviewing it. It's just crazy. And even on this, they flipped the script saying that Kansas City Chiefs won this game. Crazy. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Buffalo Bills winning over Kansas City Chiefs? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I'd absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.